Hi, I'm Arthur, and this is the final part in a 20-part series discussing the lore and differences between each of the 20 legions of Space Marines. Do you need to have seen the whole series to understand this part? No, but it would make me happy. In honor of completing this series, and also in order to support myself, I want to give a quick nod to the sponsor of this video before we get started. Bloodlines Heroes of Lithis is an exceedingly fun game. I know, a bit reductionist, but follow me. I don't play many games, because they lose my attention pretty quick, so to have this game grab me for an amount of time I do not wish to disclose is a testament to its refinement of the genre of dark fantasy RPG to a fine edge. Not only that, but it has an interesting mechanic I haven't seen pretty much anywhere else. Alongside city building, kingdom ruling, and brutal combat, you have the Heirs system, where you collect champions and have the ability to combine their bloodlines together to make new, stronger champions in the form of their offspring. I liked the game so much that when they offered to sponsor this video, I jumped at the chance. So make sure to click my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen in order to get a starter pack worth $20 and get started right proper for yourself. You can end up with over 1,000 different unique champions, each beautifully rendered in the stunning graphics of the game. You can even purchase skins for your champions to further distinguish yourself and show your superiority. They introduce new bloodlines all the time, and take a gander at the newest one, the Goatfolk Stone Thrower, Master Marksman from the land of the Dragonborn. Trust me, there are more on the way as well. In terms of playtime though, the game is fantastic as well, with a plethora of late-game and end-game content to keep you invested. The seasonal guild wars allow you to collect points to unlock even more unique champions to add to your arsenal. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code for that starter pack I mentioned. And to spice things up a little bit more, comment down below your account ID. And if you're one of the first 30 to comment your ID down below, you'll get a free Legendary Champion, Ugrull. One of the best warriors, and she will definitely carry you through the game. Thanks again to Bloodlines Heroes of Lithis for sponsoring this video. I feel like the Alpha Legion as a whole kind of fit the idea of shaking up my format a little bit. Wouldn't you agree? So yeah, the 20th Legion is the Alpha Legion. To give you an idea of what they are is impossible. No one truly knows, not even the members of the Alpha Legion. They are probably the best meme the GW has ever made. So what do I mean? It's hard to put into words accurately to explain to people what the Alpha Legion is. So to start with the oddest concept, there were 20 Primarchs, but we ended up losing 2 of them, which left us with 18, 1 for each legion. Well, that was a fucking lie, because the Alpha Legion, they have twins for Primarchs. Maybe. They have Alpharius and Omegon. So what do we know about them? A whole lot, but most of it is probably wrong because the Alpha Legion's specialty is being the CIA of Space Marines. They control information as the one who controls the information controls those the information is about, you know. They specialize in assassination, infiltration, espionage, and being inside your fucking walls. The majority of the Legion ended up surgically modifying their face to all look the same. They look like their Primarch. Why? Because their Primarchs are allegedly just slightly taller than a regular Space Marine. So no one truly knows if Alpharius or Omegon are on the battlefield at any given point, or if it's just someone pretending. Or if they're all just Alpharius, because at this point, why not? We have confirmation that at least one of the twin Primarchs was most likely killed by Rogel Dorn in the most badass way possible, but it's still not 100% certain. We also may have confirmation that Rabute killed the other, but that one is less confirmed. The Alpha Legion is either the biggest threat to the universe or the biggest benefit to its survival, as for some reason, they kind of play both sides whenever it benefits them or someone else. It's never really clear. It's really funny seeing the Chaos Marines in Dawn of War, because they are as far from the Alpha Legion that the modern 40k fan understands as you can possibly get, but they still say they are the Alpha Legion. They might have aligned with Chaos. That seems to be the main theory going forward because, you know, they're in the Chaos Marine Codex. Or maybe they're all just pretending to be aligned with Chaos to help the Imperium, and they're just using technology to mimic the Chaos magic shit as they go. Am I confusing you? Good, I'm fucking glad I'm confusing you. This shit is confusing. Everything I've read about and learned always has had the caveat of, oh, that might also just probably be something they came up with as a long-term psyop to make the Lion shit himself in public to decrease morale of the Dark Angels, to allow Horus to sneak in or some shit. They are one of the most dangerous legions out there, as they are the only ones to actually implant fucking sleeper agents into the midst of other legions. Deadass. They would kill members of another Legion Space Marines and then hide an Alpha Legion member there. They would go through cosmetic surgery and do it all for the purpose of sabotage, info collection, and just fucking with people, to be honest. There is so much to know, but also so little to confirm about them. So, you just gotta look at them for what they are. And what are they? A gigantic meme. They have a cool-ass emerald, blue, and silver color scheme for their armor that, with a little bit of digging, I found out that the higher rank you are, the more snakes you have on your armor. I think. Listen, it's not going to get easier from here, so I'm just going to say this, but you need to understand, there were entire books about Alfarius' origins that ended with, or maybe we made it all up. It's so fucking weird. They allegedly sided with Horus during the heresy, but their actions ended up with the Loyalists being a bit more resolved to fight against Horus, almost as if they intended to do so from the beginning. Then you have the fact they didn't fight in the Battle of Terra with the traitors. They fucked off, and if memory serves me correctly, unlike every other traitor, they didn't fuck off to the Eye of Terror, which is insane. Now, they did splinter into smaller warbands like most of the traitor legions at the end of the heresy, but they had a bit better of a time surviving, I think. They always seem to pop up in the spot where the end result conflicts with what their actions were trying to accomplish. Good example. The Alpha Legion tried to convince the White Scars to join the traitors' cause during the Horus heresy, making the White Scars immediately double their resolve to fight back against them. Which would make sense if it were any other legion, but for the Alpha Legion, whose entire thing is information collection and espionage, it feels like they should have been able to manipulate things, so the chance of failure was around 0%. So I love this idea that they are secretly playing double agent against Chaos while pretending to be Chaos. They use tech to hide as other Marines. They have tech and experimental techniques no other Legion has, and we don't even know what they are. The Alpha Legion are one of the hardest to understand legions out there, so it's very fitting to understand that they are the last legion to be discussed. Okay, lightning round of facts that we know about them for better or for worse. First one, Alfarius and Omegon were either the first or the last Primarchs to be discovered, or both. Alfarius was either raised on Terra by the Emperor, raised by sadist aliens, or neither. And we don't know. It could be a psyop. They have interesting characters that could be a figment of our imagination, and to be honest, as frustrating as it is to have major lore tidbits end with, and it might have just been a psyop, it's entertaining to know that they at least have that kind of flavor, because at the end of the day, that's what this series was about. The different flavors of the Marines. I'm happy that you all stuck with it up to this point. I have some fun plans in the future, but before I get too lost in the weeds, do you like espionage? Do you like spy thrillers? And assassination? Do you like the idea that you could just play as a regular Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine, and maybe Necron, and people will just accept it if they're painted like Alpha Legion? Then play the Alpha Legion. They are confusing, but fun. I love them personally. But what do all you think? What are some of your favorite lore tidbits about them that might be incorrect? Also, remember to like and subscribe because it helps with the growth of the channel. And thanks to my channel members for your continued support. I promise I won't kill you and impersonate you at family dinners. If you want to become a channel member and see all of my videos early, I would greatly appreciate that. Before I go, one thing I think about a lot is the logo of the Alpha Legion. It's a 3-headed Hydra, which makes sense because you cut off one head, 2 more grow out. Alpharius, Omegon, whatever. You have 3 heads on the Hydra logo. Wouldn't it make more sense to have just 2 heads? You know, Alpha and Omega, Alpharius and Omegon. That type beat. What's the 3rd head supposed to be? Sigma? Wait a sec. No fucking